let's start with your name.
So my name is Dre B. I go by Dre, so it doesn't matter how you spell it. I still respond.
Okay. Let's talk about your background. Where are you from? What do you do?
So originally from Brooklyn, New York. 95, 96, joined the Marine Corps. Uh, did that for 10 years, got out, started working for the state, North Carolina, one of the local prisons. Uh, Within that 15, 16-year time span, I did state level SWAT teams called a SORT team, responsible for hostage recovery, high risk transports, protection of VIPs. So I did that for about 7 years. 2007, I decided to go back into the military, became a military police officer, enlisted, but military police. Currently, I'm an instructor for military police advanced leadership out in California.
Okay. What made you start to become an instructor?
I've been instructing for a long time. It's kind of a niche. You know, when you get used to doing something, you find out all the goods, the bads, you know, the things that you can do. So I wanted to share it with people. I felt like we didn't have enough knowledge. And when I say we, I'm literally just talking about my generation of community. It doesn't matter, you know, who you are, what color you are, obviously, but we just didn't have the knowledge. The knowledge was always kept to a certain class of people, whether they had the money for the knowledge or they were in the good old boy system, so on and so forth. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knew what I knew.
Okay. What are the most important pieces that you would say to have a concealed carry?
One would be a clean
Yes,
record.
yeah.
So first of all, first you need a clean record, right? So you've got to make sure that there's a lot of intricacies as far as the law for this state is concerned. So you've got to make sure that your record is clean. You've got to be 21 and older. And those are the two basic criteria. Then you have to take a class. I recommend people get insurance when they decide to finally get their permits. I do recommend insurance. I don't necessarily tell people who to go to, but I recommend insurance because it's always easier to get a lawyer before you need the lawyer, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. Here lately, me and one of my friends, DeCoven, we went to get our concealed carry.
Okay.
I'm not going to bring up who it was,
Okay.
what class it was, but we were the only black kids there out of 20.
Okay.
When it came time to talk about what we have to do when a cop pulls us over, and we kind of took it a little bit more serious and we definitely focused on questions to
Okay.
ask. We got laughed at, literally
Okay.
laughed at. What would you say as the black community or black men, black women, when they get pulled over by a cop, what is the best thing for them to do? What is the best procedure to follow?
Well, so it's a double-edged sword for me to answer this question, right? Because I'm in law enforcement still. Though it's military law enforcement, I'm in law enforcement. So I'm going to say this. Regardless of if it's a black cop, white cop, you're a black person, you're not a black person, excuse me. To me, my personal opinion is just be courteous from the gate, right? Understand that you don't control that situation. That situation is the cop's situation. Your goal is to get home, period. So I literally taught this yesterday in a course. Regardless of how verbally upset you think this particular officer is, male, female, black, white, Hispanic, doesn't matter. Regardless of what the officer, we're talking about the position, right? Regardless of what they're doing, your job is to make it home. If you feel that they did something that was completely out of policy, egregious, so on and so forth, you can go see the DA of whatever county you got stopped in tomorrow, right? So it's no different than what you tell your children when a certain situation arises. You just need to come home tonight. Mom and dad will go take care of it tomorrow. So that's what I would tell people.